Ever think about listening to somebody new, talking about singing and playing for you? Won't you cuddle up with me under these cold covers? Music for your brain.
We're here. We're locked in. For sure.
Good to have you. Thanks for having us.
Cool.
When do we actually start? Like, is it already started?
We start whenever.
We're starting.
Oh.
We've been on
Oh,
for like
shit.
We've been recording for a little bit.
3 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome.
Okay.
Oh,
we just
wow.
go. Soft.
What did I say that time, man? Wait, so you got all the shit with, like, I know your dad?
No, that's kind of how we like to
Probably.
do it, though. We like to do like just it's like
Yeah,
conversation.
slow roll it.
Get the good
Slow
dance.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're Ghosthead.
We are Ghosthead.
Yes, we are.
Ghosthead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
We're
with
here
me.
with Ghosthead. Yeah, so we were talking about it before. I first heard about you guys when I was going to play a show with you guys when I was with my old band House of Now, and that didn't work out for me. But you guys played the show, and apparently it was fun. At some weird little. Where was the place?
Varners.
Varners.
So is Varners?
Is that?
I think
Or
it's
Burns.
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 Burners or Burns?
Burns?
I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Varners, like the ginger ale.
Smyrna.
Something like
so,
that.
yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
It
Possibly.
was like some hole in the wall joint, and they cleared out a game room or
Yeah.
something.
It's pretty
Yeah.
dope.
That's cool.
Ridiculous.
Tiny room, but it was really loud in there. So.
Yeah, the
A lot of
classic
energy.
DIY Atlanta show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
We
where
played
it's
with
like 18 bands.
Yeah.
That was like 5
minutes
bands.
up.
Yeah, it was like 5 bands. You know?
Listen,
Yeah.
Word Problems was on that bill too.
Yeah, they were our first episode
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
this podcast.
Shout out to
actually.
Zach.
Shout out to Word Problems.
Yeah.
Shout out to Word Problems.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I looked into your music like after I saw you guys on the bill, just to like see what you guys were about, and it was kind of like what I thought. I think you had one song out at the time, maybe Spiral,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
and it kind of reminded me of like Incubus on vocals. That
Yeah,
was
we
back
got
when
that a
you were
lot.
singing,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
we got
um,
that loud.
and then kind of like an Humphreys McGee meets like Mars Volta at the drive-in instrumentally.
Oh wow, that's sick.
So,
I'm so
I get
glad
some
you
praise.
said
That's
that.
actually
Yeah,
That's
Mars
actually
Volta.
just Garrett and I on that recording.
oh okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, on
right
Spiral.
before we met. Yeah, right
Yeah,
before
so
we met
I was
him.
playing drums on the recording.
Oh wow.
It's an actually
cool.
old
Yeah.
recording. Yeah.
Dynamic,
Yeah.
talented guy. All right. So yeah, since then a lot has changed. Obviously,
Yeah.
got a new drummer, and more recently got a brand new singer and front woman.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, how do you guys feel like that's gonna change, like your sound going forward? Because I mean, we haven't heard it yet. You guys don't have anything out currently with her singing, right?
Not yet.
Yeah. So that's gonna be exciting to hear.
Oh, yeah.
We just finished recording our first live stream today, and I think it's bringing something a little bit different to the table. Like Renzo and I harmonize together, and the fact that we all kind of interact together and it feels a lot more cohesive with all four of us has been really fantastic.
Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, because you had a great voice yourself. Like, what led to the seeking like her to sing for you guys?
She was good.
Well, yeah, there's that. I mean, we've been looking for a vocalist for a long time. Well, maybe like what, a year and a half, maybe?
About so, yeah.
Wow.
Something like that. I mean, before, so for a while, Renzo was actually our front person, like a front man.
Yeah.
And we had a bass player and a drummer. You know, it wasn't Hayden. It was another bass player, too. And it eventually didn't really work out. It fizzled, I guess you could say. And for maybe a year and a half, it was just the three of us, Renzo, me, Hayden, and we were just playing instrumental stuff for a while. I mean, we kept playing shows, and throughout that entire time, we've been on the lookout for a vocalist. You know,
The first image that I personally kind of got of it was let's see if we could do kind of a Rush scenario, because we had Renzo really hitting in on the vocals, and playing these crazy parts on the bass, but and for quite a few shows, we got Renzo to really nail down a good bit of songs with these crazy bass parts, but you can only fucking do so much.
That shit
you
is
know?
so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geddy Lee is a guy.
Right.
Who doesn't
He's not
get enough
human.
Credit.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
Right.
he doesn't.
I don't know how he does
So,
it.
like,
It's amazing.
So,
especially
yeah.
bass and singing. It's
Right.
such a weird thing. Like rhythm guitar and singing, I get,
Mhm.
and even lead guitar and singing, I get, because they're gonna match each other, somewhat, But
Right.
bass is so different in terms of timing your singing with your timing of your
Yeah, man. It's
riffing.
it's
Like
a lot of
how
work.
how did you do
It's
that? I don't
definitely a lot of
understand.
work. I mean, the two songs that I really honed in on, I really just I hammered it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still not perfect, but the more I did it, just kind of becomes more second nature, you know, at that point. You know,
For
I mean,
sure.
it must have taken me like a month to learn one, but I'm talking about like 3 hours a day, like always every day, you know, to get it ingrained in my brain, you know, I guess.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, kudos to all those guys out there that just fucking kill it, man, because that's really hard to do.
yeah,
You know,
I mean, y'all were killing it from what I've seen.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And you can definitely tell you guys' music definitely stems from that instrumental first, like, mentality, which
Yeah.
I love, and that is like kind of dying in the past, I don't know, 10, 15 years. It's
Yeah.
like, where are these instrumentally based rock bands?
And
don't,
I
like-
feel a lot of it kind of revolves around, there's a lot of folks who focus too much on the click or the formula, like in recorded music. That's something that we're trying to like kind of break out of, where like, you know, when we record, like, we're gonna be putting out some new music here pretty soon, and it's all gonna be live tracked. And
Wow.
like, we're
Yeah.
doing that for the purpose of really getting feel back into rock and roll, or really, I guess, just, you know, kind of bringing back rock and roll in just a different way. Because like, and Atlanta has really been awesome about, like, there's so many awesome bands coming out of here, especially like it's cool to see that math rock is kind of becoming a thing. And like, we definitely like take elements of that, but
Yeah.
we're not a math rock band. Like, we don't we don't wear the cargo shorts, and like we don't look like Mac DeMarco. We don't tap. I love Mac DeMarco and I love tapping. Don't get me wrong.
Tell me what.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been telling people that it's, before Indigo came in, I was telling people it's like Red Hot Chili Peppers meets Tool.
Okay.
And now that Indigo's in it, it's like Red Hot Chili Peppers meets Tool meets like Paramore now.
Yeah,
You know, and
Yeah.
it's like it's
That seems
cool.
about right,
It's
yeah.
cool. Like, we didn't set out to do that, but like, we were all kind of digging what we're doing. And
It is kind of a bummer that, like, when you have to reference yourselves to
Right.
bands that started in the 80s and 90s,
right, yeah,
like, playing modern music as, like, what you sound like, where are the young, you know, instrumentally based rock bands? It's so sad and pathetic,
Yeah.
like, that these dinosaurs like Foo Fighters and RHCP and Tool are still the kings.
Mhm.
Like, why is that? Like, I don't understand.
yeah.
Might be saturation, you know, like there's
think
so
so?
many more bands
Possibly.
going on right now, you know, that are coming out, like, as opposed to, I guess, back then, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there were still a lot of bands, but you know, everyone was signed, and that was kind of the way to make it, as opposed
Yeah.
to nowadays, where, like, you know, if you have a computer at home, you
Yeah.
know, you get recording software, you could
Everything
you
can
know,
be DIY.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a blessing and a curse,
It
because
is.
like,
yeah, totally.
like you said, it's the oversaturation of it. And like, with, you know, just because you have some like solid equipment, you know, I don't know, there's good shit and there's bad shit.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you can still have the
Yeah, for
equipment
sure.
and it just still
Yeah.
sounds like mud.
So it's like,
Yeah.
it's a
You have
blessing
to
and
know
a
how
curse.
to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of bands out there that are doing that modernly, like,
Mhm.
that are young, but they're not like mainstream like the bands that I was mentioning before, you know?
Right.
And I guess maybe it's because of that oversaturation, like, there isn't that vetting process of like labels and you know, like the big companies putting just the best on the forefront,
Right.
that all of these bands that are kind of mediocre, that are doing it themselves, that haven't gotten vetted by these gatekeepers, are doing it and kind of giving it a bad name. I don't
Right.
know if that, like, I don't know where the balance is. Like, I don't know which, it's like chicken and the egg type deal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Totally.
It's like, I
I
can't
like
tell
that description. Yeah.
yeah.
which problem it is, but yeah, like, the world needs more bands like you guys, which is one of the reasons why I wanted you guys on the podcast, because like the Atlanta scene is super like metal and proggy focused, or like rap.
Right.
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are kinda-
I feel that too.
Or
Yeah.
jam, or like, you
Jammy
know,
too,
kind of
jam.
that. Like, I'm kind of mixed match between like both those worlds, specifically like kind of the DIY Atlanta scene, and then
Yeah.
like the jam scene. And like, it's really crazy. Like, if you play music around Atlanta for long enough, you just kind of end up just kind of knowing everybody. And
Yeah.
it like, Atlanta is like, it's a cool scene, but if you really think about it, like, it is pretty small. Like,
is.
you know, especially like, I mean, shit, we were all, I can guarantee all of our bands that we've all been in, like, before COVID happened, like, we would have 5 people show up, you know?
sure.
So, like, I really feel like you know, speaking of the pandemic and all that stuff, I really feel like this new wave, because bands like us, we're going to be the first to get back to this eventually. Like bars are already starting to open and all that stuff, and you know, it's really, I don't know, that's another really touchy subject, because it's like, do you want people out, or do we keep them away until this pandemic is gone? And like, that's just such a weird balance that we're having these days.
Yeah. A lot of musicians are like struggling with that selfishness of wanting to get back out there, but also like the selflessness of wanting to keep everyone safe.
Yeah.
And it's pretty rough. Yeah, for
It
sure.
is.
Mentally.
Totally.
Taxing.
And it's just like, I don't know. Seems like no matter what you do, like, you know, people are going to kind of cause a stink these days, you know. But,
yeah, I've been seeing both sides of the fence getting argued really heavily.
Yeah.
Totally. And the thing is, you agree with every side. You know, it's like they're everybody's bringing up very relevant points. And it's like, it's just hard, man. It's just, I don't know. Nobody really knows anymore.
It kind of helps you guys, though, like getting a new member and kind of shifting this new direction to focus on that and not getting,
For sure,
you know, feel like you're missing out.
Right.
Yeah. That's one thing that okay, like this pandemic does suck, but like one thing that I personally I think is cool is because it's like all the bands are kind of like in the same boat together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're all on the same playing field right now. You know what I mean? Like, you know, right now we're just trying to build up a product, I guess, because that's all you can really do at this point.
Yeah.
So now we're just coming up with ideas, I guess. We have Indigo, and it's just gonna hopefully like evolve into something. You know? So we're just using that time. We're trying to be productive, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the key. That's kind of the common theme. It's like how you utilize this downtime. Like if you can do it productively, then you're gonna make it for sure.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna keep going, keep crushing.
It's a great time to be focused.
Totally.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely like hones your priorities. But
And I guess focus on the things that aren't controversial, as far as, you know, like whether or not to play out at a bar that decided to open, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe the effort is better put towards, you know,
Honing it in.
honing other
sound and
other
everything.
sounds in, or
Yeah,
whatever you practice. You know.
so since adding Indigo, has your writing style changed, or has it kind
I
of stayed
think
the same?
it might start changing a little bit,
Just a little.
but for the most part, like she's been picking it up pretty
Like,
quick.
I'm so drawn to what they're already doing that I've pretty much just like rewritten a lot of the songs that they've already had done and like put my own twist on them. And
Cool.
I love the music that they're already producing, so I'm just very happy just throwing my own stuff on top of it, you know?
Oh, okay, cool.
I think like whenever you have a new member join the band, and you know it was the same with Hayden, like it's gonna influence the way that you play.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Right.
Because like for a while, I probably would say that we definitely could have been like a Chili Peppers. Like definitely people would say like, oh yeah, I get a Chili Peppers vibe. A lot of our sounds, a lot of our songs before we met Hayden, I mean they were really funky. I mean I love funk.
Yeah.
You know? But when we met Hayden, I felt like there was like a part of me that wanted to like explore more of that proggy side. You know what I mean? Because I know that's Hayden is kind of into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I kind of like focus more onto that. Renzo is kind of the same way as well. So, yeah. And so like these two alone, it just kind of like it really influenced the way that I wanted to write music and
For
like,
sure.
play and.
Well, and that's kind of the great thing about this project in general is like it's all give take, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Nobody's really like the established leader
Right,
of this
right.
band.
Yes.
Yeah, you
You
gotta
know,
love that.
Everybody
And-
has a say.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of like it's always cool to find bands like that where it's like, you know, nobody's really driving it. Everybody's really like everybody's putting in such an equal thing. And like I mean, for me personally, I never would have thought that I would be playing this type of music. Like this is not really the
Me
background
either,
that I
yeah.
come from, you know. So it's like but like I didn't know that it's what I needed until I started playing with it, and then I just fell in love with it because it's like we're merging in all these like progressive type of things, but we're trying to make it a little tasteful. We're trying to make it something that you can like bop your head to and
Yeah.
dance to. But
Yeah.
like, you know, maybe here's a little polyrhythm in 7, but maybe you don't know it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like,
Huge.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's the cool thing about like us as a band because we don't really stifle each other's creativity. You know, if he has like a cool riff, or something. You know, we always try to like endear that idea as opposed to take away from it. You know,
For sure.
and we'll explore different avenues, and we'll get pretty creative with it. And I think that's really what makes the band as productive as it has been, because we tend to write pretty fast.
Yeah.
we do.
yeah.
Renzo picks it up quick. I mean, both of you guys, like, it's
It's a really cool thing.
Yeah, that's really cool. So like when you say Chili Peppers vibe, which Chili Peppers era are we
oh
talking
yeah,
about?
probably
'Cause
like
they're-
Definitely the John.
So,
Definitely
okay,
the John.
so,
That's a
alright.
good John. Yeah.
Well, John,
How excited
okay.
are you that he's back, by the way?
What's up? Oh, I'm very excited.
My God.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
The
Oh,
world
man.
needed it.
But they had
Yeah,
to
I
come
can't
back
wait.
the worst fucking time.
I
I'm sorry.
know.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's true. That's true.
Well, same
But-
with Rage
Peppers,
too,
man.
right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
Rage.
Rage.
So many
Oh
awesome
my
bands.
God.
But still, on that question, actually, I would say probably like one of the albums that I've been digging the most right now from Chili Peppers is like the Dave Navarro era.
Okay.
Oh,
One
One
Hot
Hot
Minute.
Minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Underrated, for
That's
sure.
It's just like a really dirty, funky sound.
Oh,
that I
yeah.
like,
I saw him with Jane's, and it was
Oh,
so
hell yeah.
sick. But I've seen Chili Peppers multiple times, with or without Frushi.
Oh yeah.
Like I saw them
Seen
in
him once.
2007 with Frushi, and then on the stadium, tour, and then I saw him with Klinghoffer twice.
Oh, nice.
But
I actually like Josh. I think he's all right.
yeah.
I think he's all right. Like
He's
some of
good
the
live.
songs are pretty cool.
Yeah.
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 yeah,
But yeah, Shantae is.
Frushi you can't replace.
Yeah.
That's my
stress
yeah. I
out.
can't get away from that kind of chili right there. But I had to know which era of chili you guys are talking about. But yeah, going back to like what you were doing before Indigo, like what kind of bands were you in before you were in Ghosthead?
So I was in a band called Virago right before I
Okay.
joined with Ghosthead, and you guys actually saw me play at Furnace 41
Sick.
at a show, and Virago kind of dissolved over the
Okay.
past few months. And Renzo actually reached out to me, and he was like, "Hey, like, would you be interested in maybe coming to audition?" And I'm just like, so desperate to sing that I was like, "Yes, please!" Like, I would love to. And
Yeah.
as soon as I came over and like jammed with them, I like wrote a song to present to them, to one of their tracks already. And as soon as like we played it and everything, we just instantly all clicked really well, and I felt like our vibes really meshed super well. But my band before was more of the metal.
Okay.
But I grew up singing opera and doing musical theater, and so that's really where my background
Wow.
is.
Nice.
And then I kind of just transitioned into rock and metal and things like that, and now I'm here.
That's awesome.
And mind you, it's only been a month.
Yeah. a
Yeah.
month. A month with them, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. So like metal, was it like were you screaming as well as
Yeah,
singing?
I was screaming as
Wow.
well.
Dynamic. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I just learned how to scream recently, which was really exciting for me. So throwing it into Virago was one of my favorite things to do, and now throwing it in here is even more fun.
I'm seeing that a lot more recently, like women-fronted screaming bands, and it's
Yeah.
like really refreshing to see.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
But,
I wouldn't consider it like all screaming. Like it's
Yeah.
just a little hint here and there, a little
Oh, for
sprinkle
sure.
of scream,
Yeah. So mostly they're just like clean vocals with Ghosthead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
Well, we're also not like a metal band.
Yeah, we have
yeah.
a couple
Right.
breakdowns, but
Yeah.
it's not like metal.
Yeah, we're
Right.
riffy,
Yeah, I've
Good
heard
rock world.
one of your songs had some screaming in it.
Probably way.
Yeah.
We're all evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of the old.
Other ones, yeah.
But yeah, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, like when we picked when I reached out to her, we've always been about what's best for the band. We were really like thinking about, hey, we want this type of person, or just whoever could really fit in well and make the music stand out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we came across each other. And, yeah, it's cool.
You're definitely gonna stand out as like an instrumentally based female-fronted band because there's so few. Like
Yeah.
you can count on like two hands, like how many there are. Like,
Yeah.
Ever. It's insane. So like influences, I can't even like think of any that you guys would have, because like everyone thinks Paramore, but I hate that.
Yeah,
like, every
every-
female fronted
Right.
band
Yeah,
can't
it's
be
like-
compared
Right.
to Paramore.
I've been compared
It's
to
not fair.
Paramore
But they
like
are. It's
since before I was
ridiculous.
singing
Yeah.
rock music.
Yeah.
Like I don't sound like her. I love her and I will worship
Yeah,
her
Haley's
forever
amazing,
and ever.
but,
I
like-
love Haley. But I don't think I sound like her, but like I can definitely see where it's like the power vocals, people are like, "Oh yeah, Haley Williams." Like
Yeah.
that's like the well-known like power vocalist female fronted band,
Yeah, exactly. It's like normalized female fronted bands.
Normalized female fronted bands.
that
Exactly.
aren't Paramore, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, and it sucks that you have to do that too, because
does.
people ask all the time, like, "Oh, what do you sound like?" And the one thing that I always hate is like, oh, we don't really sound like anybody. It's like, come on.
No, you do.
You do.
Yeah,
you
you
do.
do.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
but you
You're not
really
trying to
have to
listen
think
to
about it. You
Yeah.
really have to
Heard
like
a
kind of
song.
think
Yeah,
about it.
exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it sucks that you have to be like, oh yeah, just because we have a female vocalist is like, oh yeah, it's Paramore. But
Yeah, like instantly goes.
all right, okay. Another one that I can think of, Flyleaf, I guess.
Evanescence.
Evanescence.
I was gonna say.
Evanescence, I would say, has more of an influence on my vocals.
Yeah.
I love her voice and her
Instrumentally, you guys
range.
sound nothing like them.
No,
Right.
So-
no.
But yeah.
Well, they were all kind of coming from like the, back when pop punk was like
Yeah.
the hot
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're not doing. And there's a lot of great bands around Atlanta who are, getting proggy as shit. Like the Callous Cowboys,
Oh, yeah.
they're
Oh
definitely
my
like
God,
in the
yeah.
metalcore realm, but like it's great that they're kind of doing like the Dillinger thing.
Yeah.
And like,
Very proud of
it's cool that they're kind of like carrying that torch. Satyrs fucking crushing it.
Dude, they are the most insane instrumental band.
They're
Yeah,
fucked
they're
up,
good.
man.
Heard.
Oh god, yeah, they're insane.
All those guys. are
Them being
talented.
from Atlanta like makes me so proud to be in Atlanta.
Right. And then I'm in another band, Kakashka, which is kind of like
Okay.
proggy in that realm, but we're like, I don't know. Callous Cowboys and Satyr, they're doing something right because like, just their work ethic is just amazing.
Yeah,
And,
they're
they're really good
crushing.
in the self-promotion field. And
Yeah, there are a lot of bands like taking off
Yeah.
right now out of Atlanta. It's
Totally.
like really sick
Yeah.
to see.
It's awesome to see because
Yeah.
it's always a mixed bag. It's always a mixed bag. You'll get like the one band every now and again, but it seems like consistently for at least the past like 3.5, 4 years that I personally noticed, like it's been all these awesome bands that have just been building up, and like now we're finally starting to see them. So shout out to Satyr and the Callous Cowboys, and the Figurant is doing some cool shit too. I got to give a shout out to Greg.
Greg, yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for
Greg's
sure.
our
For
homie.
sure. Yeah.
Anyway, so.
Yeah. And going back to like you coming up in the scene, Indigo, like how is it being a woman in the Atlanta scene? Like in bands, like in the music scene as a woman? Because we
It's-
don't really get that perspective a whole lot. Like we
Yeah.
haven't so far.
It's been honestly very, very inviting. I don't feel
That's
like
really cool.
I'm treated a whole lot different. Unless it's like off the stage, then people are like, oh, shit, sort of thing. Like,
Yeah.
but like on stage and like playing shows with other musicians, all male bands, like I feel like I'm pretty equal. And
That's awesome.
and especially like what I thought was so cool is being invited to join a band that was already fronted by a man
Yeah.
and getting to like bring in like throw a little femininity on that, and I thought it was amazing of them to really just take the initiative and like ask a woman to be a part of the band.
That is amazing. That's like it shows the word
Huge.
humans are moving in the right direction. Like you hear a lot of the hate all the time on the internet, but like it's not all bad.
Yeah,
Like,
sure I'll get the snide remark or a snide comment here and there, but it's not the regular.
Yeah.
At least,
that's
thankfully.
really great to hear. Like that's awesome.
And it's always about serving the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, we auditioned quite a bit of vocalists, both
Yeah,
male
man.
and female.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was the best out of all of them.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered, like, whether, I mean, shit, a male could have stepped up and, like, could have blown her out of the water, but we didn't find one.
Yep.
So, like,
Yeah.
Indigo was really,
one.
like, the first one where it's like, all right, well, she's not doing anything. We need something. She's good. The first time we practiced, like, the music elevated a little.
Yeah, she made us
And
fuck
that's-
up.
Oh,
while we were
yeah.
playing. Like,
very first
it's
song,
working
it
out.
was
Like,
like-
yes.
That's
Yeah.
Guys.
But it's true, it's all about serving the music. So, in terms of gender, it's like it really doesn't matter.
Right.
Music doesn't see
Yeah.
a dick or a vagina,
Yeah. And,
or
like-
black or white or whatever.
That's awesome.
It's a human expression. So,
Yeah.
literally, it's for everybody.
And I see myself as a very like genderless person. Like I'm non-binary. I use they, she pronouns all the way. So being put in like the box of always being like, oh, it's a chick-led band or it's a chick band is like, no, like I'm just Indigo. I'm just
Okay,
me. I'm
yeah.
here who I am all the time.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, serving the music first is huge. I mean,
Yep.
that's the mentality you have to make it and to
Yeah.
make music that is going to be remembered, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Not just another band.
And having fun with it, too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much
That's the
fun.
key. I mean, that's like why we all do it to begin
Right.
with.
Yeah, totally.
For sure.
We love
And
performing.
it's good to be around a group of people who like get off on the
Like-minded.
productivity
Oh, yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
where it's like
no negativity,
no
or anything
negativity,
like that.
nothing like that. We just want to make cool shit, and we've been
Yeah.
doing that.
And we have
Yeah.
fun together, and we like each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
That's a plus, right?
Exactly.
For
that's
now, and then we're all gonna get addicted to smack. And
Oh,
then we're all gonna hate each
Jesus.
other.
Yeah, yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you read all these, tell-all books.
Oh, about
Yeah, yeah.
everything.
I can't wait for
everything.
those days, man. Like, who's
Okay.
gonna be the first one? I think it's gonna be Renzo.
To write the
Oh,
tell-all.
really?
Yeah, you're gonna write the tell-all.
No, but no, it's cool and it's fun, and it's
Hell yeah.
it's just fun. It's just fun.
All right, so going back into like bands that are making y'all's type of music nowadays, I want to go through each one of your like instruments and who you think in the world is like the most talented at your instrument and like your favorite.
I like.
So
that.
like started whatever end. Renzo, let's start over here. Like,
I've always been a huge Jacob Pastorius fan.
okay, but like people who are alive.
Oh, in
now.
Atlanta now?
No,
Oh.
not in Atlanta,
Oh.
just alive. like
Just
that are
Oh,
making
sorry, I
music.
totally missed the question.
But Jocko, yeah.
Yeah,
the
that's my
legend.
all time. But you're talking about as bassist,
Yeah,
or
mhm.
that I'm a
Yeah.
fan of.
Like making music now.
Making music now, man, that's a tough one.
That is a tough question, actually. Now I'm like,
That's a really tough one. I mean,
Going blank.
honestly, I'm more about like the bands, but I mean, I
Okay.
guess in modern times that someone is alive. Man,
We can come back to
yeah,
it.
let's go back. It's
I
gotta
got
take
one.
a
I feel
Alright,
like
let's go.
like you'll say a person, and then like all of a sudden, like all the other
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
you have in your head that you really like their music as well, you're like kind of like stabbing them in the back or something like that.
No, there's
Maybe
no
not.
wrong
I'll
answer.
say this.
Doesn't
I'll
mean
say
you hate
this.
the
Though.
rest.
There's this
Yeah.
local bass player who's fucking amazing. His name is Dustin Williams. Shout out.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
good.
is-
Yeah.
I mean, all the tracks that I've heard from him,
Yep.
every bass line is just amazing to me. I mean, and yeah, I wish I could play like him actually. Like,
What
he's amazing.
band is he in?
He plays. He's a studio musician, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But he used to play he plays with Fodego.
He does. Yep.
And then I know him from a band called what's that band we saw playing?
I'm drawing a blank on that one too,
Oh,
but
man.
That's cool.
Anyway,
Local guy.
Yeah, local
Yeah.
guy.
Hell
He's,
yeah.
he's, you should check him out. He's really good. Yeah.
Best answer.
Yeah.
All right.
So for drums, I would have to say JoJo Mayer.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, just in terms of like his creativity and the chops that he has.
Okay.
Like, and for drums, there's a lot of people. Like, there's this new kid out, JD Beck. Are you guys hip to him yet? Or
No.
Domi? Have you guys heard of Domi? She's like, she's a keyboard player. Yeah, they're like doing some next level like fusion musician nerd type bullshit.
Okay.
And but it's like really fucking good. And I think I don't even think either of them are 21 yet. I think JD Beck's like probably like 16, 17, something like that. But
I'm
like,
waiting for these kids to just.
Yeah,
I know,
check them out.
Right?
Dude.
Yeah.
They're- I actually, it's funny. Like I was taking a shit this morning and scrolling through Facebook, and I saw Domi's
Shit
Facebook story, and she's in the back of this car, and Thundercat's driving the car, and JD Beck's
Wow.
riding shotgun. So I think there's gonna be like some
That's
cool
dope.
collab
Damn.
stuff coming out later.
Wow.
With that. So
I saw
yeah, I would
him-
have to say JoJo Mayer is probably like the one drummer. There's a lot. DeAnthony Parks too. He's just doing stuff that's just like completely different from what other drummers are doing. But to answer your question, I would say those two guys are definitely like, at least in my humble personal opinion, I think they're really like, grinding the gear in
Okay.
terms of
I
drums.
saw in you guys' influences you had animals as leaders in there, so I thought you were gonna go Matt Gartzka, just because I think he's like the most godly person that's ever existed.
He's awesome,
He's
but I
great.
never
He's
really
great. I
like
don't
got into
understand
them
how he does.
personally. I just never really delved in.
I just don't get how he does what he does. Like it doesn't.
He's
make
fucking amazing.
sense.
He's
It
amazing.
literally doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. He's like a robot, but like better than a robot.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Wow.
next guitars.
See, I was trying to like think of an answer this entire time, but I just listen to so much music, and like there are things now that, I mean, okay, so I don't want to be like the standard guitar player that's like, oh yeah, Jimi Hendrix, all that. I mean, I honestly, yes, Jimi Hendrix for
Yeah,
sure.
It's probably
Obviously John Frusciante as well. But that seems like the most standard. I was trying to think like, okay, right now, who is like the most influential? But honestly, like, I guess I just don't pay attention enough to like what's actually happening in like the whole big guitar scene. I just kind of want to like listen to things that I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's like, like there's this band called He Is Legend that I've been listening to a whole
Yeah,
lot.
okay.
And they have 2 guitar players, and I mean the band's great.
That's an answer right
there's
there.
there's a band that's actually somewhat new. They're from Finland, I believe. They're called Wheel is the name of their band.
Okay.
And they go hard, and they sound kind of like Tool a little bit. And I don't know the guitar player's name or anything like that, but I listen to the music all the time. You know, I guess
Yeah.
like I guess I'm just like not like I should be a whole lot nerdier than I am about that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Me too.
Just like delve right into like everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
But I just like to listen to their music and just rock out to it. And...
Some of those Norwegian bands are going so hard.
Oh yeah.
Like
oh yeah.
Leprous, I don't know if you've heard of them.
I've heard of them.
Oh, yeah.
This
Yeah.
is so
They
great.
go so hard and they're so proggy and crazy.
I saw them
Oh, yeah.
with Between the Buried and Me.
You saw them?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
and I
God.
think they were with the Deer Hunter as well.
That's
What?
cool.
That's
yeah,
such
the
a
Deer,
weird
The
bill.
Deer Hunter played with Between the Buried and Me.
And
I liked
Leprous.
it. And Lepers.
That is so strange.
Wasn't that
I
like?
think I was there.
Yeah, was that recent? Or
That was like a little over a year.
Was that at
the
Over a year
Masquerade?
ago. It was at the
Yeah,
Masquerade.
I was there.
I remember
was
that
there.
going
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. So vocally.
Honestly, if I'm being so honest, I've had like the same favorite lead singer since I was in middle school.
Okay.
I was a Panic at the Disco girl. I still am.
Wow.
I love Brendan Urie.
Wow.
He's got the range and the voice of an angel
And the face.
and the
right?
face of an angel. I
Yeah.
think he's got everything going for him. Vocally, physically, like band wise. And I listen. She's got feelings sometimes.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah,
He's very
but
good looking man.
but his vocals are really what are so inspiring to me is that use of his range, and he's got almost an operatic voice himself that he just like gets up to the stratosphere of those notes, and that really does it for me in such a good way.
Yeah, cool. Okay. No wrong answers here.
Yeah, I don't need your judgment. I love Panic at the Disco.
Let it be known.
I love the Emo Trinity, and I will always love them. So
I've always been more of a Sebastian Bach.
Oh, man. Skid Row, baby.
Bach. Yeah, dude. Your original influence.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you guys ready to do your performance?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so you're doing Flip It, Forge It, or Fuck It?
Fuck it.
Fuck It? So you wanted to free jam. Or you wanted to do a new song, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I thought. Wait.
Well, wait, what are the other?
yeah,
hold
wait,
on,
yeah,
hold on.
free them.
Ooh, let's get fucked here,
Okay.
because that's what I'm hearing.
I'm trying to sing a song that we
I'm not
already
trying
know.
So here on Cold Covers, we do 3 options here for our bands. We do a Flip It, which is play one of your already released songs, but in a different styling, which you could do now because you have a new
Yeah,
vocalist.
we could do that.
Or you could
Totally.
do Forge It, which is play an unreleased song and kind of take us behind the scenes of like how you created it. Or Fuck It, which is a free jam.
Okay, definitely not fuck it.
Definitely not now.
Yeah, not fuck it.
I usually just kind of answer that, like, you know, if anybody says fuck it, it's like, yeah, fuck it. All right, so sorry.
Forge it. I
Yeah,
guess?
probably Forge It
Let's
because
just
you
do,
guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which
Overtime?
song did you want to do?
Overtime, yeah.
What was it called?
It's called Overtime.
Overtime. But would you mind if we played another song for you? So 2 songs, but just keep the other one. We just kind of I like feedback. If that's cool for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
I mean,
Cool.
the more songs.
Don't
the
use
merrier.
the other one
Right.
though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Cool.
A little private concert is cool too.
Cool.
No, but take us behind the scenes of the new song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like how you wrote it, how
So-
you went into it.
It was actually the first song that they sent me,
Okay.
which were originally called Misuse. And so I wrote all of my own lyrics for it. I liked the chorus from the original song Misuse, so we've reused the chorus. But everything else is new as far as my parts go. And I don't know how y'all wrote it because I wasn't there, so.
I guess like the idea came. It's actually kind of like an older song. Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean we play it a little bit faster now.
It's been
like
reworked.
most of everything, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Everything's
But it's
just
been
kind of been
reworked, yeah.
reworked a little
For
bit.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually my first introduction to drop beat tuning.
Oh wow.
He just kind of showed it to me, and
Yeah.
never actually played on. drop
Cool.
beat, so it's cool.
Yeah, it's always good for an inspiration. Just
Yeah.
change your tuning a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Oh yeah, definitely.
It's cool. Yeah, we've been able to write a couple of songs on those tuning.
We have a couple actually too
Yeah.
in the set with
Yeah.
Indigo on
Sick.
it. So.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
looking forward to that and looking forward to hearing you guys new and improved Ghosthead.
Oh yeah.
Excited.
Sweet.
Awesome.
So Ghosthead, go ahead and sign off. Whatever you want to do.
Think globally, skate locally.
There you go.
What do you say?
Fight the power.
Ghosthead, thanks for
Thank you for having me.
being with us.
Thanks
you.
for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.
Cool.
Oh my god, this fanboying on me had me shivering the whole time.